Hey guys, so you guys have been asking, and I'm finally telling you guys about the time Juliet met Devontae, her stepdad. So before we get into this video, if you guys are new to this channel, or at least relatively new, my name's Anicia.
My name's Devontae.
Her name's Juliet, and this is the Life of Us vlogs, where every day it's more bullshit. Originally, Juliet was not supposed to meet Devontae for a really long time. Like a really long time. Like when me and her first started talking, I told him that I wanted her to meet him after I had been with him for like a year. Just because I just wanted to make sure that I was gonna be with him and he was gonna be around and he wasn't going anywhere. But that changed.
A lot of things with our relationship. Recently I actually posted this tweet of screenshots of things that me and Anicia went through as our relationship like progressed in the beginning and stuff like that. We actually said that we loved each other like a couple of days after we met. But keep in mind that with our relationship, like things progress a lot faster than what a normal relationship would, I guess you can say, which is why I ended up meeting Juliet in a very shorter amount of time than what was originally planned. So just keep that in mind, and for you and for those of you who are thinking, oh, what the fuck, like what the hell, they said that they loved each other like a couple days after that they even met. Like that's just because like how we see it in a sense that love isn't about like how long you've known someone. It's about like that connection that you guys feel with each other, which also ties along with why she allowed me to meet her daughter in such a short amount of time. So but I mean, there will be people in the comment section disagreeing with what I say, so go ahead.
No, I know a lot of people were really bothered by his tweet saying like, oh my god, why'd you guys say I love you and that early and blah blah blah. Like, calm down, okay? We're not in the 6th grade. We can do exactly what we want. Like, calm down. So she ended up meeting him really early. She met him when we had been together for 2 months. It was February 10th. So basically, me and Devontae had gotten into an argument, and we were basically like, I don't know if I want to continue this. I didn't know if I still wanted to be with him.
Yeah, it's just based off of how bad the argument was over a particular situation. It wasn't just because we're both immature or anything like that. It was just
me and Devontae
situation.
We're very okay. Like, I mean, we argue about stupid things now, like who's gonna eat what, or like don't eat my food, like, you know, stupid things like that. When it comes to big arguments, like we argue, like I don't call him, like he doesn't call me names or anything like that. Like we're pretty mature about everything. Yeah. And so this argument, I'm not gonna say what it was about. He didn't cheat on me, I didn't cheat on him. It was nothing like that. Mind you, we only were together for like 2 months, so I was like, I'm not gonna be arguing with nobody. Like, no, sorry, not me. So I just told him, like, you know, I don't know if like me and him were both telling each other, like, I don't know if we want to like continue this, and like,
it's just blah, because blah, blah. We're 2 months into like our relationship, or like talking,
and that was like our first big
argument. We like said to each other, no, there's absolutely no way we're gonna be like having this argument. It was basically just about the simple fact that we argued, and we had like one of our biggest arguments in the beginning of the time that we started talking. So
yeah, so it was
kind
of
we were just like nah, like it's, do I want him? Okay, but honestly, this is completely off topic, but one of the biggest things about mine and Anicia's relationship, I want to share with you guys one of the things that like we laughed at the most, which was the girl who laughed like the Godzilla thing. And I just want to put that in a clip shortly after we explain it. That clip literally like was the very first time that me and Anicia ever actually like started completely dying over the phone. Like, we heard each other's real laugh, and like I was quite frightened after I heard her real laugh. But after that, like we were just like, damn, like that's crazy. Like,
it was no, because we laughed like all the time on the phone, all the freaking time. We were always laughing. But then he started watching a video, and I heard him laughing. And he's like, watch this, I'm gonna send it to you. So we're on the phone, he sends me the video, and I'm
just sitting there. I'm just sitting there. Like, I'm literally just sitting there. I already laughed about it. I'm trying to hold my laugh in as much as I possibly can, just because I know that she's gonna laugh, and it's like kind of coming out. The moment that I hear her laugh after she sees the video, I start dying even more. So here's that video.
Not to be racist or anything, but Asian people.
But I know that was completely off topic, so let's get right into today's story time.
I basically felt like not that I didn't want to be with him, but I just felt like I didn't want to argue. Like, I'm not going to argue with you. So, and then I kind of felt like he was really frustrated at the time too, so I kind of felt like I was losing him. But then I was like, look, if I'm going to lose him, I at least want my daughter to meet the person who I really fell in love with. Like, I really fell in love with him.
Now, I already know that there's going to be a lot of people saying like, oh, like if you're completely done with him, or if you have thoughts of being completely completely done with him, why are you gonna let him meet your daughter? Like, if you guys are like on the verge of breaking up, like, why are you gonna let him meet your daughter? It was because of the simple fact that we always told each other in the beginning that if we were ever gonna break up or anything of that sort, it was gonna be in person. So that was particularly the biggest what does it say? Apparently that was the biggest situation apparently that we agreed on. Apparently,
no, yeah, we did. In the beginning,
so
we had told each other if we were ever gonna break up, you ain't breaking it up with me through text or over the phone. You come to my face and you can tell me, you can try to tell me that we're done.
Throughout the time that I was on my way to meet her, or before
that we could kind of like talk things out.
Before I even left the house, she was like, just come over or something like that, and like we weren't even like texting throughout the time that it took for me to leave my house to get to your house.
Yeah.
Which kind of gave me that idea, okay, as soon as I get over there, I'm gonna meet her, and then it's gonna be kind of awkward, and then it's basically just, we're done.
So he came over and I met him outside, and I was like, because I was irritated by him. So I was like, what do you do here?
Yeah, but keep in mind, for those of you who are new to this channel or who kind of don't know our background, this isn't the first time that me and her have hung out. We've already hung out before. We were already dating during this time. So like, this isn't the first time. This is the first time me meeting Juliet. Yeah, so we were dating for a month, roughly about a month throughout the time that it took for me to meet Juliet. So that's when this took place. So I went over there, she came outside, I walked in, said hi to everyone. It was kind of like an awkward hi, just because I couldn't make it seem like we were having an issue. That's the biggest thing about mine and Nisi's relationship that I love, is that whenever it comes down to issues between me and her, we keep it to ourselves. Like, it's strongly to ourselves. I never go home after an argument pretending like, oh, it's all hell and like I'm in a messed up toxic relationship. Like, no one needs to know that about our relationship. And if there's ever a time where we're irritated with each other before we start recording, we try our hardest to be like, you know what, let's set our pride aside and just be happy about whatever it is that we have going on.
Like, he kind of irritated me right now before this video, because I kind of want to be like eating during this video. I want some snacks. And
I hate when she eats while we're recording. I hate when she burps when we're recording. And you guys can see it in my face, to where I try my hardest to just try to like keep my composure without like elbowing her in the face.
Well, yeah, that's true about our relationship. I don't go running to my mom or sisters or anyone trying to get advice.
Yeah,
like,
so we were in an argument on the verge of breaking up. Basically, long story short, I went in there, met everyone, kept my composure, had a smile on my face, even though like I was hurt. I'm not gonna say I was hurt as if she like hurt me. I was just hurt off of the simple fact that I knew we were about to break up. So she led me to the room. Juliet wasn't in there, I don't think. So me and her,
she was in the living room with my brother.
We were talking a little bit amongst each other about the issue at hand, and then after that she was like, are you ready to meet Juliet?
Yeah, so like we kind of basically like worked it out really quick, because I didn't want there to be like tension while he's trying to meet Juliet. We sat down and we just like talked about it, and then we were just like, oh my god, like we're so stupid for arguing, like this was dumb. So I called Juliet in the room, and she walked in and she was just like, literally she just had a blank stare on her face, and I was just like, come here baby, come say hi. And then she just like walked up, she didn't wave hi, she didn't say a word, she didn't smile, like she was just like shocked, I guess. I'm not sure.
I feel like the reason why she was so shocked was because like she was a lot younger than what she is now, and she's also a lot nicer than what she was before, in a sense that, I mean, she wasn't mean or anything, but now whenever someone comes to Anisia's house, whenever we're together, like she wants to go out of the room and say hi. Like she wants to have people.
Yeah.
Whenever like I'm carrying her and we're in the line for like McDonald's or to buy condoms or something, like there's a person behind me, she literally waves behind them.
She's grown a lot more now, so she's a lot more like hi to everyone.
So then when she walked in the room, I think it was just kind of like, I don't want to say shocked, but she's just like, who is this person? Kind of in a sense that I don't know who you are, so I'm not going to say hi.
Just put this out there, she's never met any other guy that I've ever been with other than Devontae. I've never been with any other guy than Juliet's real father.
Yeah.
So she's never seen me with anyone else. So I feel like me sitting next to him, I was just like, come here baby, like come say hi or whatever. Like she was kind of just like, what are you doing? Like,
and let alone the simple fact that where we were at your mom's apartment, and she doesn't really see new people come around that apartment every single day. So the people that do go to that apartment, she knows. So right off the bat, she sees someone she doesn't know, she's gonna be like, who are you?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything. So when she came in the room, she basically she
was just really shocked, and then we tried to just like warm her up, and I was just telling her like, just say hi. She was like walking a little bit closer, like little by little, and then there was like these teddy bears on the bed, so Devontae like got one, and he was like, here here baby, and like he like tried to hand it to her and she just like looked at it and let it fall. Like she was just like
I tried to hand it to her and like it literally just fell. Like I was trying to like play with her and like she just had such like a blank expression on her face.
After that, I could just tell like she was uncomfortable, so I didn't want to like keep her in that uncomfortable little space. So I just told her just to go back with her uncles in the living room. When she went, she was fine. Yeah, me and Devontae just like we worked out our argument.
We started talking more and more about the situation at hand in terms of what we were arguing about.
And then he was like, oh, like what made you want me to meet her now? Because like I kept telling him like you're not meeting my daughter until we're together for like a year. And like yeah, I was just like so set on that. Like he was not gonna meet my daughter because I needed to like get to know him more than anything. But I knew him, like I knew who you were already.
After me and Anicia had actually talked out our issues, we were talking a little bit more. I actually don't think that you called her in the room. I think that she came back.
Yeah, she came back in the room.
So she had came back in the room because she was curious as to about what we were talking about, or she knows that there's this new individual in the house, so she's like, okay, I want to go see more of this individual. So she came in the room, we started playing a little bit more. Of course, like she was being shy, hiding like behind Anicia the entire time, and then it just basically kicked off from there. Like
yeah, and then the second time you met her was the Build-A-Bear, right?
Yeah, second time I had met her was at Anicia's grandma's house, but I told Anicia that before I meet her again, I want to go to Build-A-Bear. So we ended up going to Build-A-Bear. We built her a little
went to
rabbit.
Build-A-Bear on our 2nd month anniversary. So a few days after you had met her, we went to Build-A-Bear.
Yeah, so we went to Build-A-Bear on our 2nd month anniversary. Again, people saying that you're not supposed to celebrate anniversary after. I'm not even gonna get into that.
That day he had gave me my promise ring. So if you guys want to know about the promise ring story, about how he gave it to me and how it all went down, we'll be doing a story time on that next.
That would be a really good story time. We went to Build-A-Bear. We built her a little rabbit with a dress. We ended up going back to Anicia's grandma's house. I gave it to her, and like she was actually in a really good mood. Inside the Build-A-Bear during this time, it was Valentine's Day, so.
Sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit.
It was Valentine's Day, so every time you got a Build-A-Bear, it came with these little heart Valentine's things that you could eat, little hard candies. She wanted a candy, but the thing with me is that I'm really big on manners, and I feel like even if a kid isn't my kid, I'm still gonna try to implement manners as far as I possibly can, just so they can, you know.
First of all, my daughter knew.
No, I'm not saying that she didn't know her manners, but I just wanted her to say please before I gave her the candy. Yeah, so I wanted her to say please and give me a kiss on the cheek before she gave me before I gave her a candy. So I'm not saying that she didn't have manners. I'm not saying that I'm in Dr. Phil or anything trying to implement manners on kids or anything like that. So calm your ass in the comment section. I just wanted her to say please, and she actually, Anicia wanted her to say please. She actually didn't say it to her, did she? She didn't say it to her, but then when I looked at her, I said, okay, you want a candy? And she was like, mm-hmm. And I was like, say please. And then she said please, and I was like, give me a kiss on my cheek. And then she gave me a kiss on my cheek. Baby, can I kiss on my cheek, please? Give me kisses. I freaking want you. She has a fever right now, so she's kind of just like chilling in the background. We didn't really want to put her in the videos anytime soon, just because she's like kind of sick. So
that day, like Juliet, she just kept giving him kisses and she was hugging him, and she just got really comfortable. And she wasn't calling him Dada or anything like that. She didn't start calling him Dada until we were probably like 4 or 5 months together.
The reason as to why she started calling me Dada, it wasn't off of her. She wasn't saying like, oh, I want you to be her dad, so therefore she's gonna be calling you Dada.
And I told him that too when we had first when he had first started coming around her. I told him like, obviously, like, you know, me and him are gonna be together, and that's what kids do. Like she was gonna end up calling him Dada, but I told him I was not gonna put in her head like, oh, this is Dada, call him Dada.
Yeah.
Like no, I did not want to do that. I wanted it to come naturally with my daughter. If she felt like, oh, she's comfortable enough to call him her dad, then she's comfortable enough.
Which it really did get to that point. So I actually wanted her to start calling me Dada just because of the simple fact that I knew I was ready to take on the role of that father figure role. Even though I didn't know what it was like, I knew I was ready because of how curious I was to know what it was like to actually be a father figure, to be relied on as not just like a relationship with me and you, but to be relied on as in terms of like a father figure. She didn't actually start calling me Dada in person. She started calling me Dada over the phone, and the reason and how that took place was by the simple fact that she started recognizing my voice every single time we were on the phone. Yeah. Anicia was rarely on the phone with anyone on top of that, so whenever she was on the phone with me, it was like, oh, that's Dada. Like, she wouldn't say any sentences during that time.
And again, we did not tell her to say it. She just started saying like Dada.
or either she would say it on her own, or I would be on speakerphone and I would tell her to say Dada, or I would try to tell her to say I love you Dada. But during this time, she hadn't actually said her first sentence during this time.
No.
She actually said her first sentence, I want to say March, was it March? I want to say March 31st. Juliet's first, yeah, March 31st. Juliet's first sentence was actually, I love you, Dada, on March 31st at 1:20 a.m. Now, keep in mind, we're on the phone during this time, so that's like how it took place. Yeah. I told her to say, I love you, Dada, and she actually ended up saying it. Ever since then, she kept on saying it, and we wouldn't even have to tell her to say it or anything like that. And I know you guys might be thinking that we're bullshitting you right now, but literally, that's exactly how it took place.
Like, me and him would be hanging up on the phone, and he'll just be like, oh, I love you, babe, and I'll be like, I love you too. And I always have him on speaker, just because I always do. And after I would be like, oh, I love you too, she'll be like, I love you, Dada. And he'll just be like...
The crazy part is, that was her very first sentence together, like all together, words that actually make up a complete
They get
sentence.
it. They get it.
I just want people to understand, like, it wasn't her first word, but it was her first sentence. Baby, I love you. Promise? Give me knuckles. Buddies for life. Forever and ever. Initiation. Give me knuckles. Alright guys, so that pretty much wraps up today's story time in terms of how me and Juliet first met. Alright guys, so before we end today's story time, as you may or may not know, we usually try to do at least one channel shout out every once in a while at the end of our videos. So today's channel shout out is going to go to Angel and Deanna. Their channel will be somewhere on the screen.
And also link down below in the description.
Yes, link in the description. So their very first video that they posted was What's in My Mouth Challenge, and that actually hit 408 views 3 months ago. And they have Pregnancy Prank, Who Knows Each Other Better Challenge, Hickey Prank, so looks like they're gonna kind of be focusing on like pranks and challenges and stuff like that. So make sure you guys check their channel out, give all of the videos a huge thumbs up, subscribe to their YouTube channel, and do what?
Also comment on other videos and tell them who sent you guys. Also comment down below some other story times that you guys want to know, or pranks or challenges or whatever. We want to know what you guys want to see.
For those of you who are new to this channel, or at least relatively new, my name is Devonte.
My name is Anicia.
What's your name, baby?
And this is the Life of Us Vlogs.
Okay.
My
Say bye, guys. Say bye, guys.